In fact, intangible heritage, I can say, is one of the pillars of economic development, of sustainable development. Talking on the ecological aspect, we have some fishermen. Fishermen, while they go to fish in the sea, they have the traditional way of fishing. Now you have the modern technology and all, but they have the traditional way of fishing. And this guarantees food. Even when you have electricity problem or motor problem with the new techniques, well, they have no problem to face. They are not dependent on these new technologies, modern technologies. So in one way, they guarantee food, irrespective of having technical problems, but they use the traditional way. Similarly, we have in other sectors also, we have biscuit factories manufacturing biscuits in the traditional way. And people get work, get employment, and population get food. So there is no problem of that. And also one clear example is, again, the fishermen. Later I'll take other sectors. Again, the fishermen, when there was that big weather crisis in Indonesia, some years back. While the fishermen, we had some effects in Mauritius, very light, very light. There was in the sea was rough, sea was becoming rough, but no people killed otherwise. But they, with their experience, the sounds that they heard or the animals that they saw coming and the way that the fishes were behaving in the sea, they already saw that there was something very bad coming, some 24 hours earlier. And even now with very modern technologies, this tsunami problem I'm talking of, with modern technologies, we are trying to see how this can be predictable. But you see these fishermen with their traditional knowledge and way of behaving of fishers in the sea and the sounds that they heard or coming from the sea, they already knew some 24 hours before. They did not know that it was a tsunami, but according to their experience, something very bad was coming through the sea. So these are things that we have learned from them. And then you have traditional medicine in the health sector. Traditional medicine, and some of the communities living in Mauritius, they have traditional ways of healing. They take some. You have anything? You have a bite from a mosquito, or so they have their way. As an example, they take onions. They take onions and they put on these bites, and they are okay. They are okay. They don't have to rely on hospital. You see, for major cases, definitely you have to go to hospital. But otherwise, not as at now. Even for minor health problems, people just rush on to hospital. But they don't go to the hospital for minor cases. They get cured. They get cured by the traditional medicine. And also for food security also. Food security, they have their own ways of growing vegetables. And if you see really the traditional way of farming, and compared to now, what we are having, all types of medicine, pesticides and all being used, which is not good for health. Yes, by using intangible cultural heritage, we have, in fact, as I mentioned, a diversity of cultures in Mauritius. And there is this respect for one's culture. And while respecting each other's culture, we stay in peace. This guarantees peace. And peace is sine qua non for development. If you don't have peace, so you don't have development. And coming through peace, you have development, you have employment, you have a good standard of living. So this enriches us, enriches one's and other population's culture. And we live together, we live in harmony, and we are enriched, in fact, with this diversity of culture and the diversity of intangible heritage that we have.